Yo, 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 what is going on this morning? We are back with another jam-packed day of some NBA, and we also got some NFL going on today, week 17. So I'm excited to jump in this. To cap off yesterday's NBA plays, we split, man. We got 1-1. We had the Halliburton more than 2.5 turnovers, and we had LeBron less than 3.5 turnovers. LeBron hit only 1 turnover. Halliburton had 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Not one more turnover all game. So we had a bad break there. Just like the previous night before with Kuzma, the same exact thing happened, right? He had pretty much 3 quarters to get another turnover. Yeah, I mean, he pretty much had 3 quarters to turn that ball over and all of a sudden wanted to just start holding on to that ball. So what can you do? I mean, you just got to move on to tonight, right? I got 2 good plays tonight for the NBA slate, and I want to dive into those. First and foremost, DGF, Daily Grind. The best when it comes to finding the best values in these lines, the best when it comes to getting those positive EV plus plays, to be on the same side that all these major sports books are on, right? Because when it comes to PrizePicks and other sites like this, it doesn't matter if you put 5 plays or 3 plays, the odds are still the same depending on the payout, right? So there's no point of putting 5 players and they're plus 120, because if you put 5 players and they're all minus 150, you get the same payout, right? So you want to stack this, and you always want to be on the side where they're heavy favorites on the major sports book. So I use this every day to pull out the top plays. I throw them into my spreadsheet, and then I start dissecting these lines play by play, stats, trends, injuries, all these different things that are going on. I like to dissect them and dive deep and pull out my 2 top plays. And then at the end of this video, I'll share you my top 5 plays for the day that I'm going to be bundling them up with. So let's dive into our top play of the day here. We are going NBA. We are going Porzingis, right? We are going Porzingis on the rebounds under. That's going to be our play. Rebounds less than 8.5 on Porzingis. He is going to be guarded mainly, I'm thinking, by Wembanyama. Could change. They swap him out between power forward and, center at times. But I think majority of the game he will be covered by Wembanyama, which is a plus matchup for us because he is a beast when it comes to the boards, right? And let's go over some of his stats here. So Porzingis, if you can look at over his last 15, he's only hitting the over at 33%. So the under is just crushing it. And most of his stuff came from recently, right? You can see like 4 out of his last 6, he hit the over. But before that, he's just way down here when it comes to his under. So he's always playing below his under most nights, especially at 8.5. If we go look at his season average, he's at 7.1. on a season average. So at 8.5, we are getting really good value here, especially with a good matchup with Wembanyama, who is going to be outboarding him, really, I believe. If we look at their stats comparison, right, you can see here just the amount of shots. Wembanyama does shoot a lot from the outside, so which is going to cause Porzingis to play a lot more on the perimeter as well, leaving the boards open to other people. And we can compare their stats side by side, right? Wembanyama has just been a beast on the boards, averaging 10.4. Porzingis is 7.1. So I'm liking this play a lot when it comes to Porzingis on the under on the rebounds. Let's see what RotoWire has him at. They have him at 7.9 rebounds. So they have him below 8 rebounds as well. So top play of the day, Porzingis. We're going under on the rebounds, and that is what we're going to be rolling with. Let's get into our second play of the day. We're going to be doing Clint Capella, PRA, points, rebounds, assists, 28.5. We are going less than on this. And I'm liking this play as well because let's dive into his recent trends here, right? His last 15, you can see he's only at this number, 28.5. He's only gone over 33% of the time, right? And another reason I like this matchup a lot is the Hawks are playing the Wizards, and they're a minus 5.5 to 6, I believe. So they're going to be in control of this game. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 15-plus point blowout, right? Which means Capella's not going to be on the court as much if the gameplay rolls the way that we're seeing here. He's not going to be on the court as much. His minutes are going to be down, which is ultimately going to result in his PRA going down as well. So I'm liking this. You can see he has just not been hitting that number. His last 5, he's only hit it 20% of the time. So 80% on the unders on his last 5. They have had one head-to-head matchup this season. Or not. It might have been this. Let's see. Actually, two. Two this season. 2 matchups. Both of them were in November, right? And you can see here he hit 21 and he hit 24. So he was under on both of those plays as well, right? It just kind of, this is pretty much the same thing. It's kind of going over his recent games, right? But what I'm looking for is Washington right here. They absolutely blew them out this game here, and he ended up only playing 18 minutes, right? Went under that line there, only played 18 minutes. So this is what I'm looking for again, right? This is the play. This is the exact game flow I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Hawks to blow them out, keep Capella off the court, right? So that's going to be our play, and then see what RotoWire has him coming up. I believe when you add all these up, it gives you right at 28 or maybe a little below or above. But I always like checking RotoWire and kind of seeing where they're at on a certain player. But that's going to be it for our top 2 plays of the day, right? Like I said, I take these plays. They go through a lot of grading. They go through me predicting grades for them based on stats, based on trends, injuries, whatever the case, right? Is a player going to play more minutes because this player's out? Or is a player going to play less because this player's coming back, right? We need to take all that into account. And so my picks are heavily based on analytics. And I basically built an algorithm in a spreadsheet to basically calculate all this to find us the best plays every single night. But what I normally do is a 2 play right here. This is going to be my top 2 play, right? And then I'll bundle this up with a pair of 3 other plays, and I'll try to double down and hit on all. So if we hit on these first 2, for us to be in the green overall, we just need to hit 2 out of the next 3 plays, right? But if these 2 hit, even if I lose the next 3 plays, I'm still cashing on the day, right? Because I put a little more on the 2-man play than the 5. So let's get into the next ones. We got Denny here on the Wizards, right? The play that I have is less than 11.5 assists, right? And then we got 2 players from the Suns tonight that I like. These are going to be what I'm closing off the 5-man with. We got Nurkic here, and we got over 12.5 points, right? And then our last play is going to be on Devin Booker, and this is going to be the rebounds and assists. We're doing the over here. So, boom, that's your top 2 2-punch combo. If you want to bundle those up here, these are 3 solid plays to go with on top of the 2. But that is it. If you did not get a chance to check out yesterday's video I did on the NFL plays for week 17, I'm going to drop the link below in the comments. I had 5 plays on the card, my top 2 plays as well. The top play yesterday was Jared Goff throwing an interception, and he threw it in the second quarter. He ended up throwing 2 interceptions. So we hit there, and then we had a Lions defensive player. I cannot remember his name, but he hit as well. So we've already cashed 2 out of 5 on that slip, and we got 3 more rolling today. So check that video out down in the comments. But if you're new here, it's your first time seeing me, hit that like, subscribe, comment. I go over my plays like this every single morning, going over the hottest plays, hottest values, where the trends are at, and I break them all down so you can see them here. But that's going to be it for this one. Y'all have a great rest of the day.